Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. Guys, what I got for you today is something a little bit different. I want to talk to you about toe catches, okay? I hear a lot of guys saying, well, you got a toe catcher, you do this, you're going to get toe catches. If you do that, you're going to get toe catches. There are a lot of different variables that go into having toe catches, okay? It's not one thing in specific, specifically versus another. All right. I even had a guy the other day make a comment on one I saw that, he swore up and down that offset jaws cause toe catches. Now, there couldn't be anything any further from the truth than that right there. Now, he did tell a half truth. He said that it was a combination, actually. Now, let me get this right because I'm not trying to call anybody out and I don't want to get it wrong. He made a comment that incorrect pan tension and offset jaws cause toe catches. Now that's a half truth. Okay, he's right as far as incorrect pan tension can cause toe catches. Not saying that it will, but it can. All right. So some of the things that can cause a toe catch. A lot of times, maybe you've got your trap buried a little bit too deep. You've got a little too much covering over top of it. Sometimes maybe even a little bit too shallow. You've got a little, not quite enough covering over top of it. That can cause a toe catch. Stepping between the jaws and the pan and he just hits the pan with his tip of his toes or a toenail or something. That can cause a toe catch. Incorrect pan tension is a big one. If you've got it too light, and he barely touches it, a lot of times that'll result in a toe catch. Um, Different types of pan covers can cause toe catches. My favorite, as I've said before, is the steel wire screen. That's my favorite pan cover right there out of anything. But there's a lot of things you can use, such as wax paper, paper towels, the unscented toilet paper, things like this. Polyfill, anything like that will work. I'm not saying that it won't. This just happens to be my favorite. A lot of guys will tell you that a big pan will cause a toe catch. There's so many variables, but the one thing that I do know is an absolute dead fact. Okay, it's an absolute fact that fur buyer doesn't pay a nickel more for a pad catch than what he does for a toe catch. Okay, and you can sure enough hold toe catches just fine as long as you've got, you know, correct length of chain for the soil in your area. As long as you've got your swivels aren't fouled and they're working for it, as long as you can keep everything kind of freewheeling and rolling until you get there, that animal will be there and be just fine. And I'll take a toe catch over a miss any day. Misses don't put fur in the back of the truck, and that doesn't pay the bills. Toe catches, though, I'll take him all day long. If he's caught by the tip of the tail, as long as he's still standing there when I get there the next day, I'll take him. So don't, just because you make a toe catch or you see a picture on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it might be, of a guy that's got a toe catch, that doesn't mean anything. Now, there's a lot of things that can happen. It may have rained and maybe settled and packed that ground in a little tighter than what it should have been. Uh, maybe things were a little soft and sluffy when that animal come in there. Maybe he didn't have that trap packed as quite as tight as it should have been. He come in and hit it just a little bit, felt the slough about the same time he hit the pan, pull his foot back. Now, I'm not saying that an animal is faster than a trap. That's not what I'm saying, but things do happen. Maybe you are running, say, the expander pans. Maybe, you're getting a little bit of a kickback effect from those. I had that happen when I tried them. Didn't like them. Not saying they're not a great product. I think they're fine on a double long spring trap, but on a coil spring, what was happening, and it took me a little bit to figure it out, because the trap would be laying in the bed fired, but the top of the pan was up against the bottom of the jaws. Well, what was happening, the levers were hitting the sides of that pan as it was going down. The levers were coming up, hitting the sides of that pan and causing a kickback effect. And the trap was laying there fired with, wasn't even pulled out of the bed. So I know it was I was getting a kickback there and it was throwing that foot. Sometimes, jump traps are famous for that. That trap, goes off, and then one side of the spring is on it, comes up and twists violently, and the spring comes up against the bottom of the pan and it slaps it up. Well, you know as well as I do, that's got to be throwing a foot. So there are a lot of variables. Don't just go calling some guy out and saying, well, if you do this, you're going to get toe catches. That's not how it works. There are way too many things going on that we cannot just narrow down to one or two things causing it. So just wanted to kind of give you some food for thought there and put that into your head that, toe catches ain't a bad thing, guys. I'll take them all day long if that's all I can get. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in to watching. If you would, please just hit that thumbs up for me. That's all I'm asking. And once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.
Gather family and friends to attend the 66th Annual National Trappers Convention and Outdoor Expo at the Rockingham County Fairgrounds in the heart of Virginia's Shenandoah Valley. Mingle with top hunters and trappers, shop old traps and unique relics, plus attend all the in-depth clinics and seminars. Meet Jaimo and Edna Korth from the famed Discovery Channel series, The Last Alaskans. And yes, Mossy Oak's Cuz Strickland will also be here. That's July 17th through the 19th, Harrisonburg, Virginia.